Okay, this rock DVD wouldn't be complete if we didn't spend a couple of minutes and talk about the sounds I used and how I created them for the project. As you can see here, I have a Pod 2.0 version. I've been using this version for a lot of years in my studio as well as here in our video studio, and it serves most of my needs really well. It does a really good job. Basically, I used three different sounds. I used a rhythm guitar crunch sound, a clean guitar sound, and my lead guitar sound. Okay, I'd like to quickly go over basically how I got those using this. And just so you know, we have a much more detailed clinic. It's actually a two-part clinic series on our website that deals in much more detail on how to use the pod. Okay, but getting back to the sounds I used, we'll start with my rhythm guitar crunch sound. I kept when I recorded it, I used a single coil pickup. Basically, I have a 5-way switch on my guitar, and it's the second one up from the bottom. Okay, so it's not the humbucker. I just split them into singles. Okay, I used a British high gain sound, and I used a 412 cabinet on the entire for all three sounds. Actually, the same cabinet sound. The drive is somewhere around 8 or so. My bass is around 4, my mids are around 8. I like mid-range because it helps the guitar be heard and it becomes much more audible. And my treble is right in the middle. For effects, I use just about 0 effects. If you listen to just the rhythm guitar track that's accompanied with the DVD, you'll notice it's a very dry sound. I don't want a lot of effects getting in the way of the time. Okay? So I used no delay, and maybe just a little bit of reverb, if any, okay? So basically I get a sound like this. Okay, that's my rhythm guitar sound. Since we're on the distortion, we'll stay here and talk about the lead sound. Same thing, British high gain, but this time I used my bridge pickup, so the toggle switch all the way down. My drive I actually set all the way up to 10. A little bit more bass, a little less treble, and for the delay is very, very important. The reverb stays the same, by the way. The delay, I put it up on the delay and I turn it up, so I get this. Whoops. Okay, I get that many repeats. Now what I did was I wanted to set the timing of the delay to fit the song. So as the song plays, and you can do this yourself if you have a tap feature on your pedals, tap in time using quarter notes to the tempo of the song, okay, and set the timing, okay. So if the tempo's ba ba da ba 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 da 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 down 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 down. Listen to the effect. 1, 2, 3, da do do do. Okay, notice how I use the delay musically. It's in time to the song. Okay, it's a really kind of an important thing. So you always want to pay attention to that when you're using effects. How does it affect the overall tune? Okay. But that is basically my lead sound. Okay, now for my clean sound, if we work right from here, I switched the British high gain to British blues. Okay, I backed off the drive. I turned, I had to, I had to make some adjustments with volume and everything. I used a little bit more treble, a little bit more mids, maybe a little less bass. Okay, now for effects, it was a very dry sound again. Basically all I used for effects is a little bit of very little bit of reverb, like the same amount of reverb, and a little bit of digital chorus. Okay, so what I did is I just switched it over. I think I used the second chorus, chorus number 2, and then I got rid of all the delay, which I have to hold down the tap button and all that. You can check out the clinic for all this. But I got rid of the delay. I just want the chorus and just a touch of reverb. Okay, let's see where we're at so far. Okay, and I just kind of adjust the amount of chorus from there. That sounds okay. Okay, it's not exactly what I use, but it's very, very close. And for a pickup selector, for the clean part, I actually use that same single coil sound I used for the rhythm part. Okay, so I get that I get a nice chimey single coil sound. Like that. Okay, so basically, when you create your guitar sounds, you want all the sounds to help the tune. You want them to kind of augment each other in one way or another. Okay, so all three of my sounds are very different from one another to help separate them. Okay, so those are just some tips for you in helping you create your tone.